invited guests, Ms. Deborah Boyce, representative of the Canadian High Commission, fellow APETT Council members, engineers, ladies and gentlemen. The organizing committee for this APETT conference is extremely delighted to have your participation at this event today. We hope to address what we see as an important issue in Trinidad and Tobago and the rest of the Caribbean, as we seek to highlight the engineering input required to support the promotion of sustainable development in our region. This lovely lady, who is quoted recently in the local media, appears to be stylishly in sync with our conference theme. So what are we waiting for as engineers to be adequately trained and equipped to address the application of all forms of renewable energy? While most of the developed world is concerned with reducing its carbon footprint and expending large efforts and investment in research and development on renewable energy projects, I ask you, are we doing enough here as engineers operating in small island developing states? Do we have adequate policies at the level of regional governments, and are there concerted CARICOM efforts in this regard through knowledge sharing? We expect to be edified by the Honorable Minister of Planning and Sustainable Development during his engagement with other esteemed professionals in the panel discussion on day 2. Please take note. As they explore the challenges of balancing economic growth and sustainable development in the Caribbean. Downward trends. Do we have the economics right? Is the price of oil and gas not low enough for more of us to understand that it is not optional but mandatory to get involved with all forms of renewable energy engineering? Or are we waiting for the oil tanker to sink before we take the renewable energy ferry to the future? Metaphorically speaking, of course. To assist us with answers to these questions, you will hear from our keynote speaker, Engineer Tim McLeod of CBCL and the Director of the Canada Green Building Council and a lead faculty member. Our featured speaker, Mr. Glenn Ross, who is a 6th-generation Falkland Islander, has traveled thousands of miles, 6,000 we estimated this morning, to bring their experience and lessons learned on wind energy projects in their islands. We hope that we all will benefit from that. A scan of the region reveals that our fellow engineers and related professionals in the rest of the Caribbean, by economic necessity, have already been pursuing the implementation of various forms of renewable energy projects for the benefits of their citizens. We therefore welcome the contributions to come from the Grenada Electric Company and Engineer Curran on their solar projects in Grenada and Jamaica, respectively. Engineer Jose Luis Matallana from Florida is our platinum sponsor speaker from Danny's Enterprises Limited, and he will enlighten us on green asphalt technology. While Gregory Wilkie of Trinidadian roots, operating out of Washington as an architect, will talk to us on reducing energy consumption over the house life cycle using local materials. We also have a very interesting presentation from many of our local engineers that include Dr. Prakash Prasad et al. Of the UTT on design and development of a novel heaving wave force simulator. Dr. Lorraine Sobers et al. of UE, University of the West Indies, will talk to us on sustainable development of heavy oil deposits in Trinidad, using CO2 for enhanced oil recovery, and many others. Please, therefore, sharpen your pencils, as this is a very technical conference. 20-minute presentations will be followed by 10-minute periods for questions and answers, and your participation will add value to the overall experience. Conference deliberations will be recorded and made available via DVD to all participants. We will publish paper contributions related to these presentations in a special issue of the APETT journal after the event. I want to thank all our sponsors for partnering with us once again. It has been a tremendous effort and investment on their part, and we hope that there is mutual benefit for all. On behalf of the APETT Annual Technical Conference 2015 Committee, we welcome you. Let the proceedings begin.